What's going on, everybody? It's Kevin Woods with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services here in South Ogden, Utah. To my right, I have Garrett Hansen. You guys have seen him before.
What's going on, guys?
We've done a couple of videos, and Garrett since then has moved on to bigger and better things, I think. And so I'm gonna give him the floor to introduce himself again and where he is now.
Awesome, thanks, Kevin. Yeah, so I made a move, and with a couple colleagues, we joined a mortgage brokerage, and so we're down here in Layton as well still. And the difference, I want to tell just a little difference about before and now. So before I was with a mortgage bank, and we had our products, our suites, and it was great. But the benefit of switching as a broker, a couple. So the biggest one I feel like is basically I have access now to multiple lending partners, so multiple mortgage banks, and to utilize their products. And so it gives a lot more options when I meet with the client, we go through their goals. I have a lot more routes to really link them up with, make sure they're getting the best solution for their goals. And from all across the board, conventional FHA, VA, USDA, and then a lot of unique first-time homebuyer programs and things like that. So that's probably the biggest one. And so I'm super excited to help as many more people as I can and keep going and really just deliver as much value as possible. And I feel like we're in the spot to do that. So
nice. So without further ado, I guess we have a couple of questions. A couple of questions that I've come up with, a couple of questions that I've come across, and some things that you guys may be wondering yourself. So we're going to get straight into it. So Garrett, can you provide some insight into current interest rate trends and how they affect home affordability and investment opportunities?
Home affordability and investment opportunities with rates? Yes, so interest rates, there's been it's kind of a mixed bag about, it's always is, about forecasts, but there's a pretty good argument that we could probably see rates somewhere in the fives, ideally, by the end of the year. So it will ultimately come down to inflation. So as inflation tapers, you'll see rates come down. We haven't seen great reduction in inflation just yet, but over the years, that's the optimistic side, is that inflation will trend down and will bring those rates down as well.
Nice. So that would be good for investors and new buyers, and I guess people who are looking to refinance from the 7% interest rates that they may have gotten last year when they purchased, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
So that obviously rates coming down will help everybody looking to buy a house, whether it be an investment, primary. It will bring affordability back into the market. That's the biggest thing we've been seeing is the struggle is affordability. So incomes and household incomes being able to afford the prices of homes has just been a lot harder, especially with elevated rates. So as those come down, we'll see a lot more buyers enter the pool, and it will be a lot more, I guess, a lot easier for the average family to buy a house.
Cool. All right. Next question. What financing options are available for first-time home buyers in today's market, and how do they compare to traditional mortgage products?
There's some really good ones, especially here in Utah. So Utah, we're lucky we have the Utah Housing Corporation, and that's a state-sponsored entity. It's been around since the 70s, but it allows you to basically get additional financing for that required down payment. So great product. There is a VA program for veterans buying their first house in Utah, law enforcement grant for any law enforcement officers or correctional facility officers. You have we actually have access to a 1% down conventional program, which is really good for first-time home buyers. Let's see. Oh, and then also there's just local programs. So like Davis County, Weber County, most counties have a certain program for down payment assistance, even some cities specifically. And so depending on where you're looking and buying, there's probably some good programs to consider.
Nice. All right, so let's see the next one.
Let's see it.
For sellers considering refinancing or leveraging equity for a second investment, what loan products or solutions do you offer at the time?
Okay. So, basically, if you're going to buy a place, you probably need to tap some equity. And so two options that come to my mind is a cash out refinance, and that's where we would restructure your debt on a property, pull out equity, pull out money for, and take that money and put it down on a new investment property or a new purchase, right? And so you can do that with the cash out refinance, or you can do that with a home equity loan or home equity line of credit. The benefit of a home equity line of credit is it does not restructure your first mortgage. So a lot of people have really good interest rates on that first mortgage. And if they need to touch some money, oftentimes it is advantageous to only touch a certain part of that equity with a new loan rather than having to lose that lower interest rate. And so then you can effectively take that equity from one property, borrow against it on its own separate home equity loan, home equity line of credit, and go and buy a new place.
Want to appreciate you guys for taking a chance to look at the video. Just wanted to give Garrett an opportunity to talk about his new role since he left Academy Mortgage, which so happened, which is funny because prior to his knowledge, he made the decision to leave Academy Mortgage and pursue a different path, something that was better suited for himself and his family, I'm sure. But after that, I think like the following Tuesday, it was announced that Academy Mortgage was bought out by Guild Mortgage, which is I guess good timing for him. But I just want to give him an opportunity, a platform for him to come in and reintroduce himself in his new title, his new place that he's there, and be available for you guys if you guys are looking to make a purchase, or if you want to refinance, or looking for another investment property, whatever it is. Garrett is a good resource for you guys to tap into. And if you're looking to buy or sell, I'm your guy. Appreciate you guys. Have a good day.